Republican lawmakers and presidential candidates gathered in Las Vegas this weekend for the annual GOP Jewish Coalition Leadership Summit. House Speaker Mike Johnson, former President Trump, and a slew of 2024 contenders attended.
One thing that all presidential candidates agreed upon was seeing the Israel-Hamas war as a battle between good and evil. NTD's Jeremy Sandberg has some takeaways from the event.
Former President Trump told members of the GOP Jewish Coalition Saturday the battle in the Middle East is a fight between civilization and savagery. He says America shares Israel's grief over the October 7th terrorist attacks and that those responsible will burn forever in the eternal pit of hell.
Every single life that is lost in this conflict is on the shoulders of Hamas, Hamas alone.
But the 2024 GOP frontrunner brought another factor into the equation.
Iran, people don't want to talk about it. There can be no sympathy, no excuses, and no escape.
The former president touted his record in the Middle East against ISIS, saying its territorial caliphate was dismantled in 4 months during his presidency, and that sometimes to have peace, you first need to have war.
History shows evil only respects one thing: unyielding strength.
Trump says times like this call for a strong U.S. president, military, and borders.
A lot coming in from China. What's that all about? We have a lot of young, strong men coming in from China. I wonder what that's all about. I will defend our friend and ally, the state of Israel, like nobody has ever defended it before.
Florida Governor Ron דה-סנטיס pointed to recent actions he's taken to help Israel. He says it's in America's self-interest. The 2024 presidential candidate organized evacuation flights from Israel after the October 7th terrorist attack, bringing home around 700 people, mostly Florida residents so far. Florida also recently sent Israel 2 state-contracted cargo planes loaded with military equipment and donated relief supplies. דה-סנטיס has moved to strengthen the state's business sanctions against Iran because of the attacks, and increased law enforcement protection around Jewish schools, synagogues, Holocaust museums, and other buildings.
We've made it very clear in the state of Florida, if you mess with our Jewish community, we are going to hold you accountable.
He ordered a pro-Hamas group called Students for Justice in Palestine to be deactivated on Florida campuses.
We do not have a right to give material support to terrorists.
House Speaker Mike Johnson said he was moved by witnesses' accounts at the event and declared the U.S. will stand like a rock with its ally Israel. He decried atrocities carried out by Hamas and says the House is taking steps to assist Israel.
They have no regard for life at all. It's demonic. We'll call it what it is, and we have to defeat it.
The Republican House Speaker shared this message for the UN.
There will be a ceasefire only when Hamas ceases to be a threat to Israel.
Johnson says he senses his fellow Republicans are inspired and feel it's time for a new beginning and a fresh start. The Speaker says he believes God is not done with America yet and that he knows God is not done with Israel. Jeremy Sandberg, NTD News.